Welcome. My name is Grandma Storm. I write stories for young adults. Today I am reading chapters 31 through 35 in my book, 146 BC. Chapter 31. The fisherman beached his boat on a sandy shore. Little children ran from a shack, greeting their father with happy shouts. They drew back when they saw Barak and Nkosi climb out of the boat. "Come, come, children, do not be afraid. Your father pulled these men from the sea as well as the fish. Pani, carry this basket to your mother." With this reassurance from their father, the children lifted round eyes to the strange men, yet remained clustered about their father's knees. "As you can see," explained the fisherman to Barak, "I have many beautiful reasons to venture no further. I support Carthage, but am a simple man, providing for my family by my labors." Barak nodded. "Beautiful reasons indeed. We thank you for saving us from a watery grave. But I too have responsibilities. Mine lie in Carthage. We will make our way overland from here." "My brothers," said the fisherman, "do not go until you have eaten and enjoyed some rest. Shipwreck is an exhausting business. Can you smell my wife's cooking? Stay, refresh yourselves, eat, and remember it is good to be alive." Nkosi sniffed the air and turned pleading eyes to his master. Barak laughed. "I thank you and accept. We will start in the morning to see what has become of Carthage. She will be better served by men strong enough to think of more than their empty stomachs." Sunata stood on the top of the lookout on the island of the Admiralty. From the vantage point high above the military harbor of Carthage, he could see Roman triremes like sharks patrolling the waters. "We are doomed," moaned the man standing by his side. "Doomed, I say." "Oh, shut up, Hasdrubal," growled Senatus. "Hysterics are for women, not patriots. How could you allow things to get to this point? What is being done, man?" "Day and night our archers pepper the Romans with fire. A Roman is killed, a trireme is set ablaze, 2 more take their place. They have an endless supply of fresh bodies and new ships to throw away." Hasdrubal slumped against the wall and muttered, "Ships should be arriving from the west of Iberia. Over a year ago I sent men and silver to build a new navy far from Roman eyes. I have neither seen nor heard from the men or the money, but when they do arrive, oh, the victory we will see as the cursed Roman navy burns in the sea." "Why didn't you negotiate with the Romans first?" demanded Senatus. "We held up our part of the bargain. We paid what the treaty demanded." "You come here dripping wisdom," spat Hasdrubal, "but you did not see Cato. You did not speak with that hideous senator from Rome. You have not had to deal with the constant raiding of the Numidians from the south. You were tending to your vast estates and your bloody Jewish wife. Don't you dare insult Naomi." "Whatever. I could care less," muttered Hasdrubal. "Look, I have an impossible task. The walls will hold these cursed Romans for a while, but without supplies, I must call for a convocation of the Council of Elders." "Yes," answered Senatus, "that must be done, and more." Messengers were sent. Elders were ordered to assemble at the temple of Melkart in the morning. Senatus turned back to his post at the window. "Damn Romans," swore Senatus. "Look, Hasdrubal, their boats are dumping rock and dirt into the sea. A mole, muttered Hasdrubal. They have been doing that for weeks. They mean not only to blockade our port with ships, but destroy it as well. This third conflict will be with our great adversary must have a different outcome. What would Hannibal do? He would attack when they least expect it and at their weakest point, declared Senatus. Hasdrubal spat. Rome has no weakness. Chapter 32. Deborah looked upon the strange girl from the far north. She noted the strong limbs and the easy gait as Rin followed Mara to the room. She couldn't decide if she should like her or dislike her. After all, this was a slave, and she was the daughter of a rich man. She had the power to like whom she would. A sharp rebuke came to her mind. A passage of scripture reminded her. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. The slave girl stood before Deborah with downcast eyes. Mara came around and shifted the pillows behind her back. Deborah grimaced. Why did she have to be trapped in this body of pain? Deborah sighed. What is your name? Rin. My name is Deborah. Tell me, do you like kittens? I like kittens. A tear rolled down Rin's cheek. Please forgive me, mistress. I do not cry because of kittens. They remind me of home. I was stolen from my farm when I went looking for my little sister. She had been playing with a kitten under the table. I looked for her everywhere, but instead of finding her, I was stolen away. Sit. Tell me your story. Mara, bring us 2 kittens. As the warm sun walked across the sky, the 2 girls played with the kittens while Rin shared the story of her kidnapping. Deborah was thrilled to hear about the adventures of her brother Barak as well. She had learned little from him. He had not wanted to trouble his sister with tales about the death of their brother, about mutinies and plundering thieves. I envy your strength, confessed Deborah. I envy that you have seen so much of the world. Me? You envy me? My body is weak. I have only seen this villa. Deborah paused, reached out and took Rin's hand. Mara tells me that you sing. Would you sing for me, please? Rin's voice drifted to the air of the villa of Senatus and Naomi. Servants paused in their duties to better catch the melody. Deborah laid back in her pillows, allowing the haunting notes to take her where she could not go. A tear rolled down her cheek. Chapter 33. Buying horses from a nomad, Barak and Nicosi made their way overland to Carthage. As they rode up a final rise, they surveyed the great city and the surrounding waters. Roman triremes blocked the harbor. Roman patrols marched the perimeter. An earthen wall built by the Romans was raised around the city. No one was getting out. That was obvious. But could someone get in? Dismount and unsaddle the horses. Turn them loose. Master, listen to Nicosi. Why go in? We will not get out. My father is in there. I must report to Hasdrubal. One way or another, we go in tonight. Cloud cover cloaked the city in darkness. Nicosi and Barak skirted around the city, watching for a break in the patrol. Creeping close to a dip in the wall and a rise in the land, Barak threw a rope around a protruding stone and hauled himself to the ledge. From there, he jumped onto a roof. Nakosi followed. As they pulled up the rope, a Roman patrol approached. Tumbling into an opening in a wall, Barak rolled to his feet. "In the name of Melkart," cried an old voice, "who is it?" "Barak, son of Lord Senatus." "Ah, a high and mighty fool, come to take your place among the future dead? What stupidity made you climb the wall and enter my house?" "The stupidity to honor my father and to report to Hasdrubal." "Too bad for you." "Look, I don't know who you are," growled Barak. "Just take us to street level." All right, follow me." If the night was dark, the dwelling was darker, but soon they were on the street, with the door shut behind them. Sorting the confusion of a strange neighborhood, Barak soon had his bearings. The family villa was near the Temple Mount. There he would tell his father of the northern adventures, Malchus's death, the shipwrecks, and news of home. Then it struck him. The silence. Carthage was a port city, well known for the usual vices. Not one voice called to his fellow. Not one male voice laughed in jest. Not one female voice called to allure him. Carthage was changed. Chapter 34. Torn plate paced the floor. Hercules watched him. "No, you are wrong," argued Torn. "In the beginning, there was Nymphaeor and Muspel, fog and fire. From that came Ymir, the first living being. Then there was Audhumia, the cow, then Buri and Odin, chief of the gods. Finally, there was Asker and Embla, the first man and woman made from driftwood. That is what I was taught. The old men talked of nothing else over long fires in the winter." He swung around mid-pace, his red hair backlit by the sun. "Now you tell me different." "Ah, Torn, sit. You will wear out the floor. When I was a boy, the old men told tales too. They said chaos ruled the cosmos. Then Gaia appeared and gave birth to the gods. Finally, Malia, the sacred ash tree, sprouted. She produced the first people. I believed that too, for I had nothing else to believe. Then I went to Alexandria, where I worked in the great library. Over time, I was charged with checking the translation of the Hebrew Pentateuch. It was a revelation." "Learning has driven you mad," growled Torn. "It is not good that you have overthrown the gods of your fathers." "But truth, what does one do when one discovers truth?" countered Hercules. "When you hear it, when you see it, when you can no longer deny it, truth must be embraced." "Look, old man, you are kind to me. You feed me, you allow me to sit and talk with you rather than work under the whip and chain." Torn sat. "All right, tell me again the story of the beginnings from the scrolls of the Jews." "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved on the face of the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." Hercules paused. "When I first read those words, I was struck by their simplicity and purity. There was no salacious incest of the gods or warring of titans that produced the earth, but an all-powerful creator who called all into existence by the power of his word." "Every man has his God," replied Torn. "Glad you find yours. Odin is good enough for me." Chapter 35. Sing after me, said Deborah. Blessed be the name of the Lord. The sounds were very strange to Rin because the words were in Hebrew. Nevertheless, she tried, but it didn't sound at all like Deborah's singing. What does it mean? Asked Rin. What language is that? It is the language of my mother's people. It is the language of our sacred scriptures. In those scriptures is a whole book of songs written by our great king. Who is your king? David. Where is he? He is buried in the homeland of my people. It is far away. To get there would require a ship's journey of many days. Ah, your homeland is far away, just like mine. The two girls sat together by Deborah's window. The two kittens they had first played with were grown and lazy, now sleeping on the cushions beside them. Deborah was gaining an unlikely friend in the girl from the far north. Hercules was informed Deborah required Rin to visit her. He was glad. Deborah was a concern. She was too young to be so sad. He was delighted that the slave girl cheered her. Besides, he had learned enough from Rin. The wild, red-haired Torn was giving him new information for his book. Why can't you walk? Asked Rin. It hurts too much. Anyway, Mara carries me wherever I want to go. You've always lived here? Yes, always here. Mother hates Carthage. Mara told me about it, but we never go. Hercules told me about Athens and Alexandria. Someday, when our new estate is finished, Mother said she wants to take me there. Until then, I sit on these cushions and look at the sea. Mara grows old, observed Rin. She won't be able to carry you forever. You have arms and legs. Maybe I can teach you how to walk. When Moore's babies grew big enough, I helped them learn. I am not a baby. Besides, it hurts too much. Let's at least try, insisted Rin. Deborah looked doubtful, but sighed and lifted her arms. Rin slid an arm under Deborah and gently lifted her. Deborah winced as her legs bore weight. That's good, encouraged Rin. Just stand for a minute. Try to straighten your back. It hurts. Just stand a minute longer. Lift your eyes. Look out to sea. Mara walked into the room. What are you doing? She shrieked. Startled, Rin nearly dropped the cripple. As her support shifted, Deborah cried out in pain. Mara rushed to the girls, slapped Rin, and grabbed for Deborah as she fell to the couch, scattering caps and cushions. Stupid girl! How dare you take liberties with the young mistress? You should be whipped. Get out of here. Mara slapped Rin again as Deborah lay moaning. Rin rushed from the room. Oh, stop it, Mara, said Deborah through her tears. What harm is there in trying? The finest doctors were consulted, argued Mara. They said you would never walk. What can a stupid slave girl do that the doctors cannot? Well, she can sing. Thank you for listening. To hear more of the story, please come back soon, or you may purchase your own copy on Amazon. Just follow the link below. Until next time.